The F-35 is the U.S. Air Force's latest fifth-generation fighter. It's meant to replace the U.S. Air Force's aging fleet of F-16 Fighting Falcons and A-10 Thunderbolt IIs, which have been the primary fighter aircraft for more than 20 years, and bring with it an enhanced capability to survive in the advanced threat environment in which it was designed to operate. The F-35 began in Skunk Works as a fifth-generation concept and developed into a Joint Strike Fighter, one platform with three variants to meet the needs of the U.S. Air Force, the U.S. Marine Corps, and the U.S. Navy. In this never-been-done-before scenario, the world's most advanced aircraft was born. Variants. The F-35 was designed with three initial variants: the F-35A, a conventional takeoff and landing land-based version, the F-35B, a short takeoff and vertical landing version capable of use either on land or on aircraft carriers, and the F-35C, a catapult-assisted takeoff but arrested recovery carrier-based version. F-35A. The F-35A is the conventional takeoff and landing variant intended for the United States Air Force and other air forces. It is the smallest, lightest version and capable of 9G, the highest of all variants. Although the F-35A currently conducts aerial refueling via a boom and receptacle method, the aircraft can be modified for probe and drogue refueling if needed by the customer. A drag chute pod can be installed on the F-35A, with the Royal Norwegian Air Force being the first operator to adopt it. F-35B. The F-35B is the short takeoff and vertical landing variant of the aircraft. Similar in size to the A variant, the B sacrifices about a third of the A variant's fuel volume to accommodate the shaft-driven lift fan. This variant is limited to 7G. Unlike other variants, the F-35B has no landing hook. The short takeoff and vertical landing hook control instead engages conversion between normal and vertical flight. The F-35B is capable of Mach 1.6, 1,976 km per hour, and can perform vertical and/or short takeoff and landing. F-35C. The F-35C is a carrier-based variant designed for catapult-assisted takeoff, barrier-arrested recovery operations from aircraft carriers. Compared to the F-35A, the F-35C features larger wings with foldable wingtip sections, larger control surfaces for improved low-speed control, stronger landing gear for the stresses of carrier-arrested landings, a twin-wheel nose gear, and a stronger tailhook for use with carrier arrestor cables. The larger wing area allows for decreased landing speed while increasing both range and payload. The F-35C is limited to 7.5G. F-35I, a deer. The F-35I, a deer, Hebrew, meaning awesome or mighty, is an F-35A with unique Israeli modifications. The U.S. initially refused to allow such changes before permitting Israel to integrate its own electronic warfare systems, including sensors and countermeasures. The main computer has a plug-and-play function for add-on systems. Proposals include an external jamming pod, and new Israeli air-to-air missiles and guided bombs in the internal weapon bays. A senior Israeli Air Force official said that the F-35's stealth may be partly overcome within 10 years despite a 30 to 40-year service life, thus Israel's insistence on using their own electronic warfare systems. In 2010, Israel Aerospace Industries considered a two-seat F-35 concept. An Israel Aerospace Industry executive noted that there was a known demand for two seats not only from Israel but from other air forces. In 2008, Israel Aerospace Industry planned to produce conformal fuel tanks. Israel had ordered a total of 75 F-35Is by 2023, with 36 already delivered as of November 2022. Specifications. Here's a look at what the F-35 really offers. Primary function, multi-role, fighter. Prime contractor, Lockheed Martin. Power plant, 1 Pratt & Whitney F-135 PW100 turbofan engine. Thrust, 43,000 pounds. Wingspan, 35 feet, 10.7 meters. Length, 51 feet, 15.7 meters. Height, 14 feet, 4.38 meters. Maximum takeoff weight, 70,000 pound class. Fuel capacity, internal, 18,498 pounds. Payload, 18,000 pounds, 8,160 kilograms. Speed, Mach 1.6, approximately 1,200 miles per hour. Range, more than 1,350 miles with internal fuel, 1,200 plus nautical miles, unlimited with aerial refueling. Ceiling, above 50,000 feet, 15 kilometers. Crew, 1. Design. The F-35 is a family of single-engine, supersonic, stealth multi-role strike fighters. The second fifth-generation fighter to enter U.S. service and the first operational supersonic shared takeoff vehicle landing stealth fighter, the F-35 emphasizes low observables, advanced avionics and sensor fusion that enable a high level of situational awareness and long-range lethality. The United States Air Force considers the aircraft its primary strike fighter for conducting suppression of enemy air defense and air interdiction missions, owing to the advanced sensors and mission systems. The F-35 has a wing-tail configuration with 2 vertical stabilizers canted for stealth. Flight control surfaces include leading-edge flaps, flaperons, rudders, and all moving horizontal tails, stabilators, leading-edge root extensions or chines also run forwards to the inlets. The relatively short 35-foot wingspan of the F-35A and F-35B is set by the requirement to fit inside United States Navy amphibious assault ship parking areas and elevators. The F-35C's larger wing is more fuel efficient. Sensors. The F-35 has one of the most advanced sensor suite of any fighter in history. They include Active Electronically Scanned Array (AESA) radar, a powerful radar system that is capable of scanning and tracking multiple targets simultaneously. The system can perform electronic warfare functions such as deceiving or jamming enemy radar. It is a system called AN/APG-81, which was developed by American multinational aerospace and defense technology company Northrop Grumman. Distributed Aperture System (DAS), comprising 6 infrared cameras mounted all over the aircraft. The distributed aperture system gives pilots a 360-degree view of what is happening around them. It can detect air-to-air and ground-to-air threats along with incoming cannon fire and missile launches. The system also aids the pilot's night vision and navigation. Called the AN/AAQ-37, the F-35's distributed aperture system is supplied by Charlotte, North Carolina headquartered Collins Aerospace. Electro-Optical Targeting System (EOTS), called AN/AAQ-40 by its manufacturer Lockheed Martin. The EOTS on the F-35 is housed in a single pod under the aircraft nose. Using a forward-looking infrared sensor and a laser designator, it can identify and track long-range targets as well as provide laser guidance for precision weapons. Helmet-Mounted Display System (HMDS). The pilots can see all the information gathered by the sensor suite in the helmet-mounted visor display. The Gen 3 helmet system provides the pilot with a virtual heads-up display no matter where they look. The HMDS allows the pilot to control sensors and aircraft munitions by eye movements. The HMDA is supplied by Israel-based international military technology company and defense contractor Elbit Systems and Rockwell Collins. When combined together, the advanced sensor suite on the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II creates a complete picture of the battlespace that it can then share with friendly aircraft through a secure data link. Able to detect and destroy targets without being seen, the sensor suite gives the F-35 a distinct advantage over enemy aircraft and ground-to-air missile systems. Engine. The Pratt & Whitney F-135 is an afterburning turbofan developed for the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II, a single-engine strike fighter. It has two variants, a conventional takeoff and landing variant used in the F-35A and F-35C, and a two-cycle short takeoff vertical landing variant used in the F-35B that includes a forward lift fan. The first production engines were delivered in 2009. Developed from the Pratt & Whitney F-119 engine used on the F-22 Raptor, the F-135 produces around 28,000 pound-force, 125 kilonewtons, of thrust and 43,000 pound-force, 191 kilonewtons, with afterburner. The F-135 competed with the General Electric, Rolls-Royce F-136 to power the F-35. Performance. With advanced sensors and communications, known for its supersonic speed, long range, and high maneuverability, designed for air-to-air and air-to-surface missions. Here is a more detailed look at the F-35 performance. Maximum speed, Mach 1.6 at high altitude. Mach 1.06, 700 knots, 806 miles per hour, 1,296 kilometers per hour, at sea level. Range, 1,500 nautical miles, 1,700 miles, 2,800 kilometers. Combat range, 669 nautical miles, 770 miles, 1,239 kilometers. Interdiction mission, air-to-surface, on internal fuel. 760 nautical miles, 870 miles, 1,410 kilometers, air-to-air configuration on internal fuel. Service ceiling, 50,000 feet, 15,000 meters. G limits, plus 9.0. Wing loading, 107.7 pounds per square foot, 526 kilograms per square meter, at gross weight. Thrust, weight, 0.87 at gross weight, 1.07 at loaded weight with 50% internal fuel. Armaments. The F-35 Lightning II can carry a wide array of weapons internally and externally, including air-to-air and air-to-surface missiles, bombs, and a 25mm cannon, with options for stealthy internal carriage or heavier external loads depending on the mission. Internal weapons. The F-35A can carry up to 5,700 pounds of internal ordnance. The F-35C can carry more than 5,000 pounds of internal weapons. The F-35 can carry up to 22,000 pounds of weapons on 10 stations, 2 internal bays and 6 wing and fuselage pylons for max loadout. The F-35 can carry a 25mm, 4-barrel rotary cannon. External weapons. The F-35 can carry more than 18,000 pounds of external ordnance. The F-35 can carry a variety of external weapons, including joint air-to-surface standoff missile or long-range anti-ship missile. The F-35 can also carry joint direct attack munitions, guided bombs and laser-guided bombs. The F-35 can carry AIM-120 AMRAAM and AIM-9X, Sidewinder, short-range air-to-air missiles. The F-35 can carry Hellfire missiles, including the AGM-114K, AGM-114M, AGM-114L, and AGM-114N. The F-35 can also carry the AARGMER, a supersonic, air-launched tactical missile system. The F-35 can carry the SEAR, stand-in air weapon, which is a new weapon that builds on the technologies of the high-speed AARGMER. How the program began. The F-35 program, officially starting in October 26, 2001, with Lockheed Martin receiving the development contract, aimed to create a single, low-cost, fifth-generation fighter aircraft to meet the needs of the U.S. Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps, known as the Joint Strike Fighter, JSF. The F-35, originally conceived as a joint strike fighter, aimed to be a versatile, affordable platform to replace a variety of older aircraft. The program, known as JSF, envisioned a single aircraft that could perform air-to-air and air-to-ground missions for the Air Force, fly off carriers for the Navy, and take off and land vertically for the Marines. The F-35 program resulted in 3 variants: the F-35A, conventional takeoff and landing, F-35B, short takeoff and vertical landing, and F-35C, aircraft carrier variant. The F-35 entered the operational testing phase in late 2018 and completed the final tests for the initial operational test and evaluation phase in September 2023. Partner nations. The F-35 program has numerous partner nations. Here's a more detailed breakdown of the F-35 partner nations. Tier 1 partners includes United Kingdom. The UK is a key partner, with significant influence in the F-35 program's design. Italy is also a major partner, with a large industrial involvement and is a primary European user of the system. Other partner nations includes Australia, Denmark, Netherlands, Israel, Japan, Poland, Singapore, Belgium, Czech Republic, and Germany. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for our new videos.